Thanks for tuning in. I had a bad fall recently. You're about to see it. After the hit, I was unconscious for about 30 seconds. The mild concussion, 3 breaks in my lower right leg, a bruised right shoulder. I was wearing head-to-toe armor and a neck brace, which probably prevented further injury. I have no memory of the crash or the airlift to the hospital, and I'll spare you the horrific soundtrack of me screaming as I realized the pain in my leg, and then into some really slow speech, some disorientation, what happened, who's there, my leg is broken, and so forth. So the purpose of this video is to understand what went wrong. If I can figure that out, I think I'm going to be able to get back on the bike with confidence again. As it is, there's pressure to, never ride again. This is my second serious incident. So what I'm asking the community out there for is some insight as to, you watch the video, you tell me what I did wrong, and I'll be humble enough to read those and learn from this incident. What I remember is spotting that rough patch about 40 feet down. You can see it's a little bit dark there on the right hand side of this 2-track, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna shift my weight to the left and come into the left track and avoid that rough stuff. And there's the slip. Full lock left, full lock right. The throttle input was steady, my finger is off the front brake. I'm doing 48 kilometers per hour. My input on the controls was minimal. Clutch is fully engaged. The front tire hits. I hit. And blackout. You can see me lying here. My broken leg is covered over by my good leg, just to give you a sense of how I ended up in the fall. Here's a close look at the tread on the Dunlop D606 tires. Fairly aggressive. Street legal knobby. And I just wonder if they're too aggressive for the type of riding that I'm doing. Okay, I know I've been overthinking this, but here's what I think may have happened. The slip starts here in the soft stuff. This road is not well traveled, and where the tire tracks are, it's a little bit harder packed, but it's softer, more sand-like in the center and off to the side. Here, when I make that move, I'm in the soft stuff. I goes full lock. If I had been on the green, I might have been okay, and then there's more soft stuff. The wheel slips across, suspension compresses, suspension bounces up, causing the bars to go the other way, full lock. Bike goes down, I go down, and you've seen the rest. Here's one more look at it in real time. So I'd really like to figure this one out. It really felt like the handlebars were being yanked left and then yanked right, despite my subtle inputs. So please, if you have some insight, please share, and hopefully we'll be better riders because of it. Well, deja vu, it was fall of last year that I was wearing a CD Adventure Level 2 boot and attempted a wheelie. The bike landed left and backwards, and the peg impacted the side of this boot, which I hoped would protect me, but the peg pressure here pushing sideways on this, as you can see, pretty darn soft part of the boot, or even right through here, you can squish it right down, just with my hand pressure, caused dislocations and fractures and all kinds of problems in my foot. So that's taken about a year to heal. And then unfortunately, so last week with a buddy, not stunting, not being foolish, but riding cautiously, and the bike threw me off to the right side, and what I'm guessing happened is somehow the bike impacted this part of the boot. This is a Liat 5.5 anyway, right in here, and there is some flex. I mean, it's a really stiff boot, but still, there was enough movement to snap my lower leg in 3 different places. Damage-wise, when I look on the back, the only damage I can see to the boot is here. There's this little like collar piece, which Liat gives you an alternate, I'll call it a plug here. So if you want a little more side-to-side movement, or the boot to be a little stiffer, you can adjust that. I'll have to see what the other plug was. I think this is the stiffer one. In any case, there is a tiny bit of movement, and but it wasn't enough to prevent the leg from breaking. So there is no foolproof boot. I used to ride around when I started off as a teenager in hiking boots with steel toes, and can't believe I never got injured in those. Anyway, an adventure boot, you know, it's more comfortable. You've got a lot more flex. You can walk around comfortably in these. But look at the difference between that and I can't bend it at all. So this boot probably did minimize the damage to my leg on that crash. Yeah, top spec boot. That's about the best we can hope for. This kind of boot, take it to Starbucks. You're going off-road, you're going to want to invest in some top quality. Still recommending the boot, even though it didn't prevent my leg from breaking. Lastly, I just want to give a huge shout out to my riding buddy, Andy. Thank you for keeping calm. Thank you for getting me the help that I needed, calling in the paramedics. Thank you to the helicopter team, the pilot, the paramedics. An enormous thank you to the staff at the Royal Inland Hospital and my family, who I've inconvenienced greatly. Thank you for helping me out. Here's a shot from earlier that day. Beautiful day. Ride safe, everyone.